want to do it?
Yeah.
Come here.
Get it. Whoa. Bring it back. Drop it. Good girl.
Oh, it's so close.
Oh, goodness, oh, goodness, oh, goodness. Let the children play. Let the children play. No. No. Good morning. I got dental work done yesterday. They added spacers and rubber bands and my mouth is in so much pain. Made these pants. They're not actually, there's a lot of mistakes. They're my first pair of pants I've ever made. I should have done it like on a scrap fabric first and not used expensive fabric, but we are wearing them. As you can see, like the pockets don't lay flat. I'm hoping my skills will get better, that I can just go in and fix them, but for now, like, I just feel like people that don't know stuff about sewing or clothing probably wouldn't notice, so it's fine. Laura, you want to show them what you're wearing? She's wearing her little coat because we're about to go on a walk.
Okay, so while we're at a volunteer, take statements and get official reports.
I think
I really need to wash my hair. I don't know why I'm telling you guys that. I can't do anything today until my hair is washed. I'm more likely to do my hair when it's like less product. I put like maybe this much, maybe a little bit more. And then I'll just blow dry my hair, which I've actually started doing again because I've been really enjoying the volume that I get from blow drying my hair, but I will let it be wet for a little bit, like so it'll cast before I blow dry my hair. This is a debate between me and Lucas. Would you rather have less amount of clothes, but it means that you just wash more frequent? So let's say like 7 to 10 articles of clothing and you're maybe washing it every like 5 days or so, right? 4 or 5 days. Would you rather do that? Or would you rather have like enough clothes for that'll last you like 2 to 3 weeks and you just do like 1 whole day of laundry? I personally would prefer to do laundry more often because it's only a few articles of clothing that I have to put away as opposed to like a giant pile. And I feel like right now I'm leaning towards more of like giant pile. And I'll literally shift it from my bed to my chair in my room like for weeks because I'm avoiding it. And I will literally pull my clothes out of everybody has the chair. We know what the chair represents. It's like our second dresser. I got this coffee in Colombia when I was there. I'm not a big coffee drinker anymore due to health reasons, but Lucas and I really just wanted to bring back some, and this is a medium roast and a medium grind. But look at these awards on the back for it. And let me just say, this coffee is not acidic like other coffee that I've had. It's really good. And this is the only thing I have to make coffee. It works, but I'm sure if I had a fancy machine, it'd probably taste even better. And it's made in Buena Vista, Quindío, Colombia. Quindío, Colombia. Arabica, Caturra y Castillo. Café Premium de Alta Montaña. Colombia's most award-winning coffee. Interesting. The other brand that we brought back was this one, which Lucas's sister went on a coffee tour and they recommended this. So this is a washed, the process where like the bean is washed, which I guess makes it taste different. I have like so much junk in here. Yeah, I'm a little overwhelmed, to be honest. I actually don't have a junk drawer for this reason. It just, in this house when we moved in, this is what kind of happened. Do I need cards? I swear, I keep these because like I think if I had somebody come over, we can like entertain ourselves with a deck of cards. Maybe I need to make an effort. All these candle lids, crazy, just so much stuff. Charger that I have no idea what it's to. Ties gotta go. As wasteful as it is, I don't have anything else I can do with them at the moment, so yep. I remember now I was using this candle lid to organize the zip ties and stuff. I do hold on to zip ties only because they are pretty useful for organizing like cords and stuff. So that's why I'm keeping them. This little flower stuff, when I buy flower, I do want to keep that because I need to refresh my flowers anyways. Batteries, which I need to find something so they're not rolling around. Hold on. So we could put our batteries here. Napkins here. Sticky thing. I don't know if I should hold on to this because every house that I move into always needs these for the cabinets. So I think I'm gonna keep it for now. Little bread clip. This is to my curtains, which I need to honestly just fix, but because I'm taking them down this weekend to clean, I'm gonna keep it in here for now. It just fell off. These are the lids to our water jugs, so I'm gonna hold on to those. These can honestly just go in the back. Achoo! Excuse me. This is also to our curtains. This is good for bread clips. This is also good for bread clips. And little straw cleaner. I use this to label jars. Another bread clip and wax cutter thingies. And then the one thing that gets used the most in here are matches. So that can go on top. I have like so many lighters that I think that still is good. So I need to use these up. So I will probably prioritize those, but that's it. We're done. We have snacks. So this is bocadillo, right? Yeah. It's guava with arequipe in the middle. Arequipe is Colombia's version of caramel, to put it simply. I really enjoy this. It has cebas, which is something that I've seen his family eat with like coffee. But I like to eat these two together because you have like your salty and your sweet. I'm currently reading Goodbye Things by Fumio Sasaki. This is actually an arc that his publishing company sent me many years ago actually, and I'm rereading it and I forgot a lot of his tips. I just really appreciate his knowledge around minimalism. It seemed really fitting to pick up again with the current stage of my life that I'm in, and I'm enjoying it a lot. This is the only arc that I've ever been sent. Just saying. Just saying, if you're a publishing company, hit me up.
I actually really like this quote that I just read a few pages back. It says, "The problem starts to occur when we buy things just to convey our qualities to others and our collections start to grow too big. The more we accumulate and the harder we work to build a collection that communicates our qualities, the more our possessions themselves will start to become the qualities that we embrace." So in other words, what we own equals who we are. And I think this is just so true, even with like the topic of books. I watched this really interesting video by a creator on here, and she talks about like intellectualism. Books that are being bought has grown immensely, but our literacy is still really low, and she really kind of dives deep into this need that we have in order to look intelligent. And sometimes it's just nice to admit, like, I don't know what you're talking about, or I don't have knowledge about that, let me find out. Just to be vulnerable with each other like that. Like, we have this need to look smart. By owning a lot of books, like, I'm a victim of this. It makes me feel like I am an intelligent person. If somebody saw my book stack, they'd be like, wow, she's really well read. No, I mean, I enjoy books, that's why I have them, but there is sometimes that influence through social media and through just who we interact with, of like, having a book makes you look a certain type of way. He basically states that with this quote that I read. So it's just really interesting. We're making spring rolls. The best way to eat up your bad produce is some what, Lucas?
Spring rolls.
Spring rolls.
Spring fry.
Woo. Tasty too. Spring rolls. I am not making these fast enough. Oh my god, I suck. I suck at these. Spring rolls. So I didn't actually have a chance to record this beforehand, but basically I had a herbs appliance on for 6 months. If you guys don't know what that is, it's like this device that helps bring your bottom jaw forward, because I had a really big overbite. Like, my overbite was like this, and it essentially helps you to go like this. But what they did was they overcompensated for 5 months and had me have an underbite. So currently I still have that. After having it taken off, it's gonna slowly transition back like this. I'm talking about this because I had a viewer ask me what my experience was. Putting the herbs appliance on was just a very uncomfortable experience. Like, you have to leave your mouth open wide for a long time, your lips get really cracked and dried. It really wasn't like that bad of an experience getting it put on. However, the weeks afterwards, because they added both braces and the herbs appliance, I had all this metal cutting up the inside of my mouth. My mouth had to build a bunch of calluses. It was a very painful process. Thinking back, it really was only like 1 to 2 weeks of just being really uncomfortable and in pain. I just remember feeling extremely claustrophobic afterwards with all the metal in my mouth. I think I cried a lot. It's just so weird to be able to like talk normal. There is a restriction of like how wide you can open your mouth too, and that did make it hard to eat for a while. I had to eat a lot of soft foods. I was living off of like soup and mac and cheese and stuff. Yeah, so I think the experience getting it put on, it's fine. Getting used to it, very uncomfortable, painful. Getting it taken off, worst experience ever. I never want to go through that again. If I am told that I have to get this put on again sometime in the future for whatever reason, I'm gonna say no. I'm just gonna deal with my jaw. I got it mostly to see if it would help with my TMJ, but then obviously getting the aesthetics of like fixing my bite. So I have a bit of a gummy smile, so they are gonna kind of laser some of that off. And then if it isn't enough, then they'll put this thing called a TINS, and it's like drilling into the bone of my teeth, which sounds extremely painful, but they said it's not. We'll see. That's my experience. Good luck on your Herbs appliance application, and be prepared for when you get it taken off.
Hello. It's a couple days later. I don't know when I last filmed. Still reading Goodbye Things by Fumio Sasaki. I think I'm gonna finish this tonight. Yeah, I have about this much left. I took a few days off from reading because I have not watched TV in so long, and I spent like 2 days watching Bridgerton season 3. I use my parents' Netflix, but I just airstream it on our TV. And Cora just like rotted. After work, I came home and I just watched episodes all night, and I went to bed super late. Honestly, it was like a nice little fresh cleanse for me, and I'm ready to get back into reading. I'm gonna try and finish this, I think, by tonight. For now, me and Cora Bora are gonna go see Grandma and Grandpa. You go see Grandma and Grandpa and your uncles.